Yo, what's going on YouTube? R10 here, coming to you guys with a quick Tom Clancy The Division 2 expectations video. This is going to be more on PvP, guys, so if you guys do like this video, feel free to drop a like, comment down below letting me know if you agree or disagree, and lastly, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscriber button, guys, as we're getting close to 100 subs. I just want to start the video off by saying I don't feel The Division 2 will be a bad game, but I do not think it will do as well commercially as The Division 1. Personally, I don't think I will enjoy The Division 2 as much as I enjoyed The Division, just down to the fact that it's no longer a new game. So when they first showed us The Division, it was a brand new IP. I'd personally never seen anything like it, and I have no problem in saying that The Division is probably my most played game ever. I enjoyed the hell out of this game. I spent countless hours playing it. I grinded the game from alpha all the way to 1.8 on console, and then I switched over to PC recently about 2-3 months ago. I did the grind all over again, got my gear on PC, and I'm still playing the game and having fun with it, though I will say not as much as I used to. The developers implemented some changes in PvP in 1.8 that I didn't necessarily agree with. Three major ones, which were the nerf to hipfire, which I felt was a vital game mechanic even on console, the ability to pop your heals, or skills for that matter, while shooting your gun, and then lastly the movement. And I think that'll be the first major change that we see in Division 2, the continuation of the nerf of movement, just down to the fact that we're getting new players coming to this game with patch 1.8, and they're giving feedback to the developers about the movement. They don't necessarily enjoy some of the movement mechanics in the game, the main one being strafing, which they feel is a bug or some sort of glitch as to why you can't shoot other players, and I feel it's a vital part of the game in its current state. So to cater to these players, they will continue to nerf movement and get rid of strafing altogether, which I feel like will kill off any of the free-flowing gameplay that you're seeing here in the background, because as you can see, the game in its current state from this gameplay is anything but a cover-based shooter. I feel like if you play in cover, you kind of die faster in the Division. So in Division 2, to establish an identity, if you guys remember when it was first marketed, the Division, it was marketed as a cover-based shooter, but that's not what it currently is. So in Division 2, to establish an identity, I do feel like the movement will be nerfed, and we will have some sort of precedence to sit in cover, like either you will take less damage while sitting in cover, or you'll deal more damage to other players while sitting in cover, which will severely slow down the gameplay, and I don't think I'll enjoy it as much. The second topic I want to address in this video is the amount of loot that's being given out in the Division. And I feel like in the Division 2, they'll continue with this trend where loot is pretty much falling from the trees for every player. If you played the Division at launch, you remember how much of a struggle it was to get good gear. Like, you had to grind over and over. You had to put hours in to get good gear. But now with patch 1.8, loot is literally falling from trees. We have millions of different ways to get loot, be it all the different activities in the game or all the different caches they've added in. They've made it so easy for players to obtain the best gear in the game that it kind of defeats the purpose of grinding or putting the hours in. A new player could literally start the game today with no experience at all, and within 3 weeks to a month, you could pretty much be on par with the player who's been playing since day one, which in my opinion makes no sense. I don't know if you guys agree, let me know in the comments down below, but do you feel that new players should be on par with seasoned players this fast? In my opinion, no, it doesn't make sense. Not for a looter shooter anyway. But I feel like we'll continue to see this trend, and PvP for that matter will be more balanced, I guess, in the Division 2, just because everyone will have the best gear right away. But I feel like it takes away from the fun of the game. You want to be able to grind for the gear, get the good gear, and use it against other players, and know that you put the time in to get that gear. But if everyone's running around with the exact same gear in Division 2, I feel like the gameplay will get stale really fast. The last thing that I want to bring up is quite possibly the worst change that I could see coming to the Division 2, and that is the normalization of gear in the Dark Zone. So I've been reading some Reddit posts, I've been reading user tweets to the Division page on Twitter, and some people are actually suggesting that the developers normalize gear to balance out PvP in the Dark Zone. So basically take a card out of Destiny's book where everyone runs around with the exact same stat rolls, the exact same damage numbers on their weapons, no matter how long you grinded for it, and then one weekend or 2 days out of the week, there'll be some sort of PvP event where your stat rolls and damage numbers on your gun actually matter, which I feel like would completely eliminate the point of a looter shooter. What is the point of putting hours in grinding for gear just for your stat rolls to be normalized in the Dark Zone, which is the PvP area of the game. If you want to do it in an arena mode like Last Stand or Skirmish where they already normalized gear, that's fine. But I think the Dark Zone is fine the way it is, and they should not do any further changes to it, especially with the fact that Rope 2.0 already kind of ruined the experience in the Dark Zone for a lot of players. I know for some of the more casual players, it made it more of a user-friendly type of place, but I mean, it's called the Dark Zone for a reason, so I don't feel like they should tamper with the Dark Zone any further than they already have, because it will just completely ruin the game in my opinion. A user-friendly Dark Zone, guys, that's what it's looking like. I feel like this is one of the changes that the developers might actually consider just because of the amount of people suggesting it. So, you know, the future of the Dark Zone seems bleak, guys. I'm going to end this video here. It's been primarily negative, so I want to end it on a positive note. Like I said, I do not want the Division 2 to fail. I don't think it will be a bad game. These are just some of the potential changes I could see coming based off of new player feedback or casual player feedback. This game was never a casual game. It was more for the hardcore audience, the people who put the time in, learned the game mechanics, got the best gear, and I feel like the Division 2 should return to that aspect of the game. It should return to its roots. So if you guys enjoyed the video, like I said, guys, in the beginning, leave a like, comment down below, letting me know what you think, and I'll catch you guys on my next video.